Good day. I am Right Honorable Sam Onuigbo, sponsor of Nigeria's Climate Change Act 2021 and the Vice President, Africa, of Globe International. COP30 has been a particularly great experience because this is the COP where everyone has resolved to make it a COP of implementation, a COP of action, and a COP of truth. From COP21 in Paris, where the Paris Agreement on climate change was adopted, I have had the opportunity of attending so many other COPs up until COP30. And the COPs come out as sure experience of where ideas are formulated and nurtured. For instance, it was from COP21 in Paris that the idea of getting a legal framework on climate change for Nigeria was actually developed. And I pursued that through the Parliament in the 8th Assembly. It did not succeed. It failed. And in the 9th Assembly, I followed up, reintroduced the bill, and it was passed by the National Assembly and eventually assented to by late President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. So a legal framework is absolutely important to serve as a guide for the parliamentarians in order for them to carry out their oversight functions. For instance, Nigeria's Climate Change Act made provisions in different sections for the successful implementation of Nigeria's climate actions. From the COP experience and from the Climate Change Act of Nigeria, Nigeria has been able to develop a lot of things based on the provisions of that act. For instance, the recently announced and approved carbon market framework for Nigeria is based on the provisions of the Act in Section 4, subsection I and subsection J. The operationalization of the Climate Change Fund is also based on Section 15 of the Act. And Section 5, subsection 1 made it abundantly clear that the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is the Chairman of the National Council on Climate Change. So these things are very important and they serve as a guardrail. It helps the legislators to carry out their duties. It helps them to also ask the bureaucrats to work in line with the provisions of the Act. So, for me, COP30 has been a very wonderful experience. Remember, #Parliaments make COPs count. Thank you, and God bless.